What's a funny disease? Is cholera a funny disease?
No.
Is jaundice a funny disease?
No.
The plague is hilarious.
But the plague, you can't just say the plague.
Tuberculosis, because I call it tuberc.
I was going to say chicken pox, but
Chickenpox is
that
funny.
just sounds funny.
Yeah, because like, why hang out with chickens?
That's not how it works.
Then why do they call it that?
I don't know why they call it chickenpox.
Elise, you get my copy of Django Unchained.
Oh no, I was trying to get rid of this.
The thing is about the Django Unchained Blu-ray is that sometimes you have things and you can't change it, but knowing you have it makes it easier to understand your life. A lot like when you use 23andMe to learn about your own genetic history and your genetic story. Adam, you tried it.
I did.
And do you feel like you walked away with better knowledge?
Yes, I was disappointed that there was actually no African in me because I know all humans came from Africa.
Not you.
So I took another one.
Same. I imagine your genetic material didn't change.
Not since last week, no.
They are a sponsor of this episode, and we're going to hear more from them at the end of the show.
Oh. Hey, your first question this week comes from Zim363. You are now the Grinch. What do you do to ruin Christmas? Misconception. The Grinch didn't ruin Christmas. He, in fact, saved it.
Well, but he tried to ruin it.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I'm the Grinch, and how do I ruin Christmas?
Is that Jim Carrey?
Yeah, that's our Jim
Okay.
Carrey Grinch.
Put some pumpkins out, because I think it's Christmas, but it's the pumpkin season. What would ruin Christmas for you? Like, is there something you genuinely love?
What about this, Matt? What if instead of just one day, we spread it out? Instead of getting all your presents on that one magical day, it's like, I don't know, 10 or 12. Wouldn't that just ruin it?
Also, why would I want to spin a top or something?
Does Hanukkah have a Grinch-like character attached to it?
It's called Mosey. Moses' his brother. Next question. From Lane Stokes. Now that Sony has pulled out of E3 for the first time in 24 years, what does Funhaus do to fill the press conference gap to outdo Nintendo and Microsoft?
Blu-ray giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
I'm throwing it.
Hey! Everyone who comes to our press conference gets a free copy of Django.
Do we throw it at them just like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to get someone from the film to show up. Tim Roth, maybe?
People want exclusives, so do we announce Django 2 then?
We start announcing movies.
Well, no, maybe Django 2 the game.
There's other games that have done that, right? Where the sequel was the game,
We'd need to get like a really great host.
but someone who knows nothing about games. So like Steve Harvey.
Matt's on a hang glider
Matt's maybe going by on a hang
with
glider
Gabe
or something.
Newell. Tandem hang gliding with Gabe.
We also give the fans what they've all wanted, the true ending to Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
What is it?
It's just going to be a series of crudely drawn photos.
The thing is, people have often mistaken getting a lot of traction about something with it being popular, okay? So if we're gonna make that front page, we gotta start announcing a lot of mobile games, all right? Because people have phones.
Adam's got 7.
Adam's got 7 or 8 phones. We just adapt lots of video games into phones.
Well, what's your problem? Don't you have phones?
That's what.
And then I go, good, have some of mine, because I have so many phones to give.
And take some pumpkin.
And then we put out
Comes
pumpkins.
full circle.
This is from 2box17. With lab-grown meat becoming a thing, what does Funhaus choose to grow in a lab? I think we choose to grow bad games.
I mean, if like a 12-year-old Eastern European kid can make a game and put it on Steam, I feel like we should be able to grow one in a lab, right?
Or we grow 12-year-old Eastern European boys.
And then they make the games.
And make the games.
I think once we figure out how we can grow meat in a lab, we should figure out how to grow trees in a lab.
Unlimited air.
That way we don't have to worry about eating meat all the time and we can eat trees. What do you think we should grow in a lab?
I think there's a big problem right now with shoes because shoes require, what is it again, 24 gallons of alpaca blood? And that alpaca blood can be used for so many other things. Motor oil, slip and slides. They could do alpaca transfusions, perhaps into llamas even.
Oh, that'd
it
be
hasn't
cool.
been done yet, but we can figure it out.
Feed the vampires.
Peak, next question.
From Satanic Warfare, each of you has to find a way to keep Bruce from eating Chipotle by any means necessary. What do you do?
I know Bruce hates mashups. He doesn't like Jedi Joker.
Okay.
He's not a fan of that.
All right.
So if we can combine Chipotle with something that Bruce doesn't like.
The Joker.
We make a Joker-themed Chipotle.
What are the items at the Chuckles Potle?
All the water's poisoned.
Okay, nice. Makes you smile.
The rice is shaped like Harley Quinn.
Oh, wow.
Ha ha habanero.
And nice,
There you
good
go.
job.
Mr. freeze. I thought I'd be able
No,
to come
this
up
is
with
Joker thing,
something.
Matt.
Yeah, he's not Joker.
Next question from Just Your Average Alien. What's your relationship deal breaker? This is a great question for Elise.
I'm curious.
I think if someone is too muscular,
Well, we know that's a lie.
get over yourself. Adam looks so uncomfortable.
Just because I'm taking up all the space over
Yeah,
here.
there's not enough room.
No, probably like somebody that was cruel to animals.
What if they are like not always cruel to animals, but they had a couple beers, like they felt really bad afterwards, and it seemed like the animal forgave them?
It all applies.
For me, it comes down to entertainment, likes, dislikes. If you tell me you completely understood the ending of Altered States, I know you're a liar.
Eddie, you love me. Eddie, you're fired!
And I don't date liars.
What is Altered States?
Help me out here, Elise.
All right, I'll break up with your wife for you.
She's never seen it.
For me, it would be you tell me that the best part of Titanic is the beginning and the end.
You think the best part's the middle?
Yeah, that's the real story. You could chop off the beginning, chop off the end, no one would care.
Is the middle of Titanic when they said, please exchange VHS copy number 2 with number 1?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a relationship deal breaker?
You're a married man now, but there have been some women before, and we sure as hell know they did not break up with Peak. So there had to have been some deals
He said,
broken.
get out.
I'll just say if they were to boycott Christmas, deal breaker.
What if you put out pumpkins instead?
Ah, what if
Oh no, he's not going to date Grinch.
Our final question from Rin Shinigami. So sad that I pronounced that correctly. The gang is sent back to the Wild West. What would each of your jobs be in an outlaw gang? You know what, I'm going to change the question because that's good improv. What would any of your jobs be in the Wild West? You don't have to be in the outlaw gang because obviously your job would be an outlaw. What a stupid question.
Sure.
Any Wild West job you want.
I would be the saloon piano player. Then anytime you see me pull my hands away distracted, the piano's still playing.
Yeah, because it's just doing one of those things.
So then one of the big burly cowboys is like, did I see you playing that piano or not? And then I get all like,
And then he shoots you.
yeah, he shoots me point blank.
Yeah, I want to be the old kooky white-haired man working out in the shed, and he's got something under wraps. I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm a witch doctor.
Oh, I thought you were Doc Brown.
So did I for a minute, and then I changed it. They go, witch.
There was big witch fever in the Wild West. Most people don't know that.
Was there a big witch fever?
They called it witch fever. It was between the months of April and May.
They didn't remember which month, though.
Oh, God, no.
I would be a city boy who had often read stories of the West and decided to travel out. So I'd arrive, and I'd be completely dressed wrong with a stovepipe hat and then like a high collar, and I would have a hard time riding my horse. And I would tell them I just want to write poetry.
You would scratch your arm on a branch and die of sepsis immediately.
Maybe sepsis would get me, but it would be a beautiful poem about sepsis. Pete, what about you?
I think I would own and manage a spittoon cleaning company. But I
sounds
wouldn't.
terrible.
I wouldn't. No, I've done my time. I don't clean them anymore.
Oh, good. Wow, you gave yourself a promotion so
You
fast.
just sell the spit for profit.
I hadn't thought about that.
You don't know what kind of money there is in human saliva.
But your ancestors would go on to make a business out of saliva with
23andMe. This episode of Open House is brought to you by 23andMe, a genetic test service that helps you understand what your DNA can tell you about you and your family's story. 23andMe provides personal insight into your health and ancestry with over 90 reports on what make you unique. Do you want to explore where your DNA comes from or learn how your genes play a role in your well-being and lifestyle? Well, now is the perfect time, because through December 25th, 23andMe DNA kits are on sale. 23andMe's got you covered with profiles of over 150 regions worldwide. Your traits make up a major part of who you are, and 23andMe provides an intricate look into those traits. With 23andMe, you can find out if you're prone to kicking in your sleep, whether or not you might naturally be a gifted singer, or even if mosquitoes are more attracted to your blood than others. Shining a light on your own genetics can illuminate who you are. Now, through December 25th, get 30% off any 23andMe kit. Order your DNA kit at 23andme.com/openhouse. That's the number 23andme.com/openhouse. Do you know where your ancestry is?
Peak is like a Irish, Scottish, or English name. It's somewhere in there, so
That narrows it
probably,
down.
at least in part, from over there.
Peaky Blinder.
They have been gone down because he's such a crazy person.
Oh, the value of shoes is dropping.
Are shoes like cars where the second you buy them, they start depreciating?
As soon as you put them on your feet.
So if I say I just got those off-white lickety splits, but I dropped some tomato pasta on them. What do I do to get the tomato pasta off?
Now they're custom.
Custom, nice.